Hello everyone, and I am Kilodel, once again back with the final part of Stetson. Ironically, I apparently was farther in the story than I thought I ever was, and I only have a few more lines left, so this will be a very short episode. So, into the recording.
Granny Smith says you're just like him.
She does?
Stubborn as a bull with a heart as gold.
Apple Bloom explained, doing a decent impression of Granny Smith. Applejack giggled.
I reckon if I don't have a father, at least I have a best biggest sister filly I could ask for.
Ah, shucks, Applejack said, trying her best to hide her blush. I wouldn't say that.
Well, I would,
Apple Bloom replied.
and since I'm the one with the big sister, I'm the one who gets to decide.
All right, Applejack said with a laugh. I think you've brushed my mane enough. Off to bed. You got school tomorrow. Apple Bloom unfastened the brush from her hoof and placed it carefully on Applejack's mirror.
Good night, big sister.
Good night, Applejack replied. Apple Bloom shut the door behind her, leaving Applejack alone with her thoughts. She grabbed her worn-out Stetson and walked towards the mirror. Bags starting to form under her eyes, but as the orange mare studied her reflection, it seemed more familiar, somehow. There was a knock at the door, followed by a creak as some pony pushed it open. Big Mac stood in the doorway, yoke around his neck. Applejack frowned, wondering what he wanted. "The baskets?" Big Mac said.
Oh, right.
Applejack wondered how she could have forgotten. We said we'd put 'em out tonight so we could get an early start tomorrow." "Yep." "All right, I'll be down in a moment." She heard Big Mac walking down the stairs. Applejack tied back her mane and put on her Stetson. Now that she thought about it, she did look a bit like her father. The thought made her smile. "Well, Pa, it's time to buck the Brayburns again," she said softly. With a chuckle, she added, "The apples, of course. Not my cousin." She gave herself a tip of the hat and walked away. She had a lot of work to do. And thus concludes Stetson, a fiction written by Scribblestick. This reading was originally done for the Doom Pie Network, and this has been Kilodel. Have a wonderful night, or day, or whatever time zone you're in. Just be wonderful. Be fantabulous. Goodbye. If there is one thing you should never do, is have a 2-minute reading. So, to make sure this video isn't actually going to turn out as a 2-minute video, I'm going to just tack on at the very end a really small comedy story that I found. It's really short, I think, and I haven't read through it, so let's see if I can do this little story for you guys to make the Stetson Part 4 reading a bit longer for you. Yay! Reading. Yay. This story is called The Ultimate Battle to the Death, written by Discordial Destruction. So, without further ado, here is The Ultimate Battle to the Death. A screaming white filly ran down the corridor of her home. She had to escape. She had to run. She had to save herself. "What's going on, sweetie?" her sister, Rarity, asked. "You have to help me," Sweetie Belle said. "Diamond Tiara is going to kill me with—" She was cut off with a pillow to the face. Rarity looked up in confusion, only to be hit as well. Rarity got up and stared angrily at Diamond Tiara. Sweetie Belle's eyes grew wide when Rarity opened her mouth to speak. "Oh, oh dear. It, oh dear Celestia, is, oh dear Celestia, no. On! No! Come on." Diamond Tiara face planted when she took 2 pillows to the back of the head. Rarity smiled evilly, only to find a small pillow had been lobbed into her mouth. She took a moment to spit it out before being knocked back by over 3 pillows to the chest. Her horns started growing, and 36 odd pillows were surrounded in a blue aura. One by one, they levitated. Now, it was Diamond Tiara's turn to run. Diamond Tiara's legs moved. A horrid, maniacal laugh reverberated around the property. She looked back to see Rarity chasing her, still with pillows. Diamond Tiara almost tripped when 3 pillows hit her on the back of the head. A stitch was growing in her side. She could hear Sweetie Belle laughing in the distance. Diamond Tiara then ran into the guest room and slammed the door shut. She took out a key in her pocket and locked the door. Suddenly, she heard a scratching noise.
They're, they're picking the lock!
She had to get out fast. She went into the bathroom and looked around. There was a vent in the ceiling. It probably led to the main bathroom. From there, she could escape. She pushed the bed against the door. It wouldn't stop Rarity for long, but it would give Diamond Tiara more time to escape. She stood up on her hind legs and climbed into the vent, closing it behind her. She crawled until there was another vent opening. She pulled it back and hopped down into the brightly lit room. It was the main bathroom, just as she had planned. She devised this plan, which I will now put on the computer screen for your viewing pleasure. She heard scraping noises. Rarity must have picked the lock, and was now trying to push the bed out of the way. Silently, Diamond Tiara left the room and tiptoed down the hallway. She reached the vent, then quickly crawled up into it. Up the slope, round two corners. The end was in her sights. Slowly, she crawled to the other vent, and waited for the loud crash to cover the noise of her opening the vent. Once out, she walked briskly to the guest room door and locked it. There was a loud, "That's so not fair." Then previous scratching started again. She had 3 minutes. She ran into the kitchen and took the keys, proceeded to try them.
No, not that one. Meaning it must be... No, that one. No, that one? Not that one.
She continued for 2 whole, long, endearing, eternal minutes.
Not that one. Meaning it must be...
A loud click startled her. She turned to see the door of the guest room opening. It revealed an angry-looking Rarity and an angry-looking Sweetie Belle. Sweetie Belle stepped forward and repeatedly smothered Diamond Tiara with pillows.
Sweetie Belle!
Exclaimed Rarity. Sweetie turned to Rarity with a bewildered look on her face.
You used your magic! Did I? Yay!
Sweetie Belle jumped up and down. Diamond Tiara lay back, exhausted, gave a deep groan. She looked up.
You seem to have defeated me. Well done. You are now queens of pillow fighting, she concluded groggily.
This was preceded by another long, joyful exclamation from Sweetie Belle.
Could you stop shouting? My eardrums are ringing,
Diamond Tiara said in a dazed manner. The shouting and squealing stopped.
Thank you. Now, could you help me up?
As Sweetie Belle helped her up, she asked,
Can we do this again?
How about right now? Rarity said, sending a pillow whizzing in her direction. Diamond Tiara caught it. Perfect. Brilliant. They were having another pillow fight. But, she thought this time, I am armed. Twirled and sent her deep pillow embedding its deep, soft hide into Rarity's face. Rarity turned to do the same, but Diamond Tiara hopped out of the way, causing Rarity to misfire and hit herself in the back of the head. Sweetie Belle turned to catch her from behind, but she whirled around to strike Sweetie in the chest. Sweetie Belle tumbled forwards and quickly scrambled back up again. Diamond Tiara then noticed that Rarity was ready for action. She flipped over backwards in a fatalic move and collided with Rarity's hind legs. Rarity went down like a bullet. Even so, Rarity struggled to her feet and brought her pillow down on Diamond Tiara's head. Gracefully, Diamond Tiara recovered and threw her pillow at Rarity. Rarity doubled back and on top of the discarded pillow. She picked it up and sent it sailing into Diamond Tiara's head. Diamond Tiara leapt back up and opened fire on Rarity. Rarity could not escape. No one, not any pony, could escape the dreaded pillow cannon. A repeated barrage of pillows bombarded Rarity as she scuttled into the bathroom and slammed the door. For a moment, there was silence. Then, slowly, the door opened. Rarity lobbed a pillow through the crack at her. Diamond Tiara ducked, retreating into the guest room, then threw a pillow at Rarity as she readied another missile. Leaping out, she ran full speed at the half-open bedroom door. And she blew the door not so much off its hinges. Rarity hurtled back out. Diamond Tiara followed and started to restore the pillow cannon, only to have a pillow thrown at her head. Feathers cascaded out of them as the pillow's side seam split dramatically. Poof. She ducked in a soft white rain of feathers, only to take another to the chest. Breathless, she was sent reeling. but bounced back into attack position. The pillow cannon 3000 restarted itself, pulsing out an extremely long barrage of pillows. He collapsed almost instantly.
Ah, now I have defeated you,
Diamond Tiara exclaimed in triumph. She was interrupted by a strong wall of pillows, knocking down her.
Nah, I have defeated you,
Triumphed Sweetie Belle, whisking her tail. Both Rarity and Diamond Tiara groaned. Thus ends the ultimate battle to the death. A tale for all the ages. This has been a Kilo Del reading for the Doom Pie Network. Have a wonderful night. Again.